What's happening is Denise, and I'm back with yet another video. So this video will be about labor unions. I know many people don't like to talk about labor unions because, there's a negative connotation that's usually associated with unions. Should you join them? Should you not join them? But, however, they're needed. So I'm just going to go into a couple ways about how someone may join a union. There are various ways. So let's get straight into it. So one of the first ways to join a union is do your job. Some jobs, during orientation, will give you the option to join a union, like SEPTA. SEPTA has 23 unions. So, they actually don't give you an option. When you come in the door, they're like, hey, this is your job. This is your pay. All the HR departments will come and actually talk to you. And then they'll give you a union application, or you'll actually get a application at your location. The government actually gives you an option to join the union. It's not necessary. Like, I had a friend who actually, when we were at the IRS, he, was like, I don't join unions. I don't want to join the union because, the decisions that they make still affect everybody. So I feel like I don't need to join the union. I also had another coworker, I think, when I worked at the VA who, didn't join the union. She said she had heard bad things about that union, and, she felt that she didn't need to join it. Eventually down the road, she ended up needing to join a union, and she wanted their representation. And, I think they did allow her to join and all that kind of stuff, but they actually wouldn't represent her before then. They may advise you, but not actually represent you. And I'll go more in detail about that. The other way that you could join a union, like plumbers union, would be to actually go to an interest meeting. At times, they make you take a test, or you can get maybe a sponsorship, and there are fees associated with the labor union. Same thing, sponsorship. You can either pay into the union, or, they may have tests. So there are plenty of benefits to, joining a union. I know me, I've used the union at many jobs because you need them. They do protect you. Some people feel like they've gotten slighted. But when you're at jobs where, your safety may be threatened, or, you're working long hours and fatigued and things like that, or, that disciplinary action, it could happen, like SEPTA. You need the union there because when you're dealing with the public and things like that, you never know what can happen. You could be the best employee ever, and somebody else can get like on your bus or your train, and the interaction just may not be positive, and it may be out of your control. People are going through a lot, especially living in Philadelphia with 560 murders that we had last year. We already on the heels of 40. And people just getting on. Their mind not right. People not dealing with their mental health and all that kind of stuff. So, you just you never know what you're going to end up having to deal with. There are a lot of assaults going on to civilians and people that actually work for SEPTA. In addition, you just may need them to represent you. Like, I just think that they are needed, while... Oh, and they also could, either get your job back or either protect your job. At those jobs that don't have unions, SEPTA, Philadelphia is an at-will state. So what that means is that they don't have to give you notice that they want to fire you. That's why they'll actually get you to work all day, use you, call you and, hey, can we speak to you for a second? And then actually fire you. No just cause or anything like that. So you just have to be careful. You might want to do your research about the union. Ask them what their, perks are. What do they cover? Like, how do they plan on representing you? Also, I highly, highly, highly recommend attending union meetings. Don't be afraid. I know it may not seem like, it's something that's cool to do, and most people do not go to union meetings, but get involved. Get involved. Don't be afraid to, if you like debating and battling things, then you might want to consider even being a union rep. Get in office. There is a high level of like sensitivity and confidentiality that goes with that, but if you like protecting your people and your coworkers, then you want to do so. I also think that some of those positions are actually paid. And then let's talk about union dues. The union dues coming out of your check. Make sure that you know what is coming out of your check, how often they are, what the amount is, so you know if they're coming out. I actually had an incident where my job tried to tell me that they wasn't actually taking union dues out. I knew they were. They said they didn't know, but they ended up finding out, where the money was going and how it was allocated, and we were able to clear that up. Something else I want to talk about is union contracts. So make sure that you read your union book. Know it like the back of your hand, because everything is in that book that you will need to do your job and be the best employee. Because when they go to fire you or discipline you, or, it may be your sick time. Everything is not always disciplinary. Let me clear that up. It may just be what your rights as an employee are, how much sick time you're allowed. And that may vary from union to union, whether you may be management or things like that. So make sure you check that out. What your rate is, how often you'll get raises. And those raises are usually negotiated every time your contract is up and you need to negotiate a new raise, or what your union is asking for. A lot of times your, union officials will come to you or come as a whole with the, workforce body to ask what people are interested in having. Like, what kind of perks do y'all want? What kind of things should we bring to the table? And you also need to know if your job strikes, because when it comes to striking, that while you're fighting for a great cause, it can affect your pay. So you just need to kind of know where you stand with that, if you need to get a job while y'all striking, and those type of things. I know that, like, even at the government, there's furloughs. So, you need to know what that process may be. And again, do your research. I highly suggest going to the union and talking to them. Get some paperwork, get some pamphlets, brochures, ask people, all the questions you want to know before you start investing your money into this union, because you just don't want to be giving out free money. Like, everybody don't have free money to just be giving out. And I don't, this video was not to persuade you to join the union. I'm just saying, do your research. And I know that many people don't talk about it, but it's an essential part of getting new employment. So I just want to say good luck on your new career endeavors. If you are looking for a job, we offer coaching, career coaching, interview coaching. We also offer resume revampization and things like that. If you just want to consult with us, if you are looking for a job and just don't know where to start, what's a good fit for you, you can contact On Demand Resourcing as well at ONDEMANDRESOURCING at gmail.com. And this is Lynn Denise, and thank you for watching.